What's going on, guys? Sports Snippets. Dennis Sullivan here to discuss with you, talk about some NFL week number 8, which was fantastic. Want to touch on some of the games that were just played, the week that just concluded. Before I do get started, if you do like the content, this particular video, go ahead. Hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome, guys. And also, feel free to subscribe to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan, as I discuss a variety of different sports topics. A lot of NFL football, NBA. I'm gearing up, guys. I'm catching up to my NBA, though, because we got a lot going on in sports right now. You got the World Series, you got the NFL, you got college football. I mean, it's the busiest time of the year. Let's be honest. But we need to discuss some of these games that were played in Week 8 NFL. So, without further delay, if you were to ask me for a one-sentence theme or main topic to describe the week that just concluded in the NFL, I would say this. 2 backup quarterbacks, stepping in and stepping it up for their teams. And those two are, as you can imagine, Mr. Cooper Rush for the Dallas Cowboys and Mr. Mike White for the New York Jets, leading their teams to victory, throwing for over 300 and 400 yards respectively. I will be touching on those games in just a brief moment. Let's start with the Thursday night game, Packers-Cardinals. It was a back-and-forth game. 2 of the best teams in the NFC, no question. Packers will pull this one out 24-21 on a late interception that was thrown by Kyler Murray. Hey, 2 really good teams. Dolphins are still the only undefeated team in the regular season. How to throw that in, guys. And it was a nice matchup. One of the better matchups we're going to get all year. That was superb for Thursday night. Next up, Panthers Falcons. This game could have gone either way. It was more of a defensive battle. I really thought the Falcons had a good chance in this one at home, but they would lose to the Carolina Panthers 19-13. Falcons had difficulty getting things going in the air, and credit the Panther defense in this one in pulling out the key victory. Dolphins-Bills, I don't really get into much when I do the weekly recaps because I recap that game or the Dolphin games, as you may be aware, on my channel. So that one's already been updated. Go check it out at Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. I had that video ready for you guys on Sunday evening, just 2 short nights ago. 49ers, Bears, the Niners. And Jimmy Garoppolo, looking good, throwing for over 300 yards, leading his team to victory 33-22. Nice job there. Steelers, Browns, another one that could have went either way. The Steelers getting overlooked. Don't forget, Najee Harris is, in my humble opinion, definitely one of the top young running backs in the league. Slowly but surely could be becoming, over time, one of the best running backs in the league. Gotta like this team. Really, it's a sleeper team. The Steelers are actually a sleeper team this year. I will say, Browns got to get healthy. They got to get healthy. Got to get Chubb in there. You got to get, of course, Baker Mayfield playing 100%. Eagles, Lions. This was a blowout, 44-6. Good job, Jalen Hurts, with the victory there. He was very effective on the ground for over 70 yards running the football. 44-6. Guys, what happened to the Lions? They had a couple of tough losses, and now they can't win any games. Titans, of course, the loss of Henry. Oh, man, the franchise running back out for the season, it looks like. They did pull out the 34-31 victory against the Colts and Carson Wentz. I heard I would hear some criticisms of Wentz on how he can take or doesn't take good care of the football. And at first I was thinking that was kind of unfair, a little harsh. But then when I look at some of the highlights and portions of that game, I see what they mean. He does have a little bit of a problem with taking care of the football. I like Wentz, though. I do. I like him. He's a pretty good quarterback, and he's a playmaker guy. let's. I'm going to reserve judgment on this Indianapolis Colts team because remember they got off to the really slow start, and now they've been playing much better as of late. Although they just suffered a tough 3-point loss at home to the Titans in that game that just finished a few days ago. Cowboys 20, Vikings 16. Stepping it up, Cooper Rush, 24 for 40, 325 yards and 2 touchdowns. The other big story for the Cowboys was the tandem of Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I tell you what, Cooper Rush, that's a great job. Not only did they win the game on the road, he plays very well. Amari Cooper with 122 yards and a touchdown on 8 catches. CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches, 112 yards. They both go for over 100 yards. Guys, I mean, Kirk Cousins, an established quarterback, really a good quarterback for many years now, and the league was outplayed, I mean, at least statistically, by Cooper Rush. Cousins would finish with 184 yards and a touchdown pass in the loss. Moving right along, guys, as discussed, the other quarterback stepping it right up, Mike White. What a blow-up performance for this guy, a blowout performance. He went nuts, 37 for 45, 405 yards passing. I'll say it again, 405 yards passing for Mike White. 3 touchdowns. He had 2 picks, but who cares? Because he led his team to a big upset victory at home over the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, who had 5 wins coming into that game, were heavily favored. Joe Burrow was playing phenomenal. The offense was looking fantastic and still played pretty well in this game. But the Jets just stepped it up, mainly in the form of Mike White. 34-31. Burrow in defeat would go 21 of 34 for 259 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Matt Stafford and the Rams roll right on, 38-22 against the Texans. Hopefully the Dolphins, my Dolphins, get a victory on Sunday, but we'll see how that goes because it will be Dolphins-Texans in Week 9 in Miami. Stafford having a tremendous year. Cooper Kupp goes for over 100 yards again and a touchdown reception. The Patriots, here's the thing with the Patriots. Ever since they almost defeated the Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football a few short weeks ago, you kind of had that vibe, that feeling where you're saying to yourself, these Patriots are getting better. Really don't want to play them in the weeks to come. This is a better team than they were in weeks 1 and 2. And you know what? They are a better team than they were in weeks 1 and 2. They pulled this one out on the road against the Chargers in California, 27-24. Don't forget that the Patriot and Harris is an underrated running back as well. Mac Jones, and don't forget the Patriot offense is just kind of like finding itself now. I mean, Mac Jones is underrated, a rookie quarterback, and he's producing pretty consistently from what I'm seeing. Herbert in defeat for the Chargers. I mean, he's always phenomenal. He threw for a couple of touchdowns in defeat. The Jaguars, really not. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. They get their first win in London against the Dolphins. They have a bye week. You think they're going to come in this game with a little momentum? I understand they're going all the way across the country to play in Seattle against the Seahawks. However, this is not one of the better Seahawk teams this year. Not even close. Russell Wilson is not, guys, playing in that game. He's, as you know, he's out for multiple weeks. Geno Smith, who played well. I mean, Geno Smith has done a decent job for the Seahawks. But, I mean, come on, Jaguars. You get blown out 31-7. There goes the momentum from that victory. I mean, that was a little disappointing. In the Mediocrity Bowl, which is what I'll call it, Broncos 17, Washington Football Team 10 in this one. Nice home win for the Broncos, who get their 4th win of the season, even their record 4-4. Buccaneers suffer their 2nd loss of the season to the high-flying New Orleans Saints, who are also now, both teams, Buccaneers fall to 5-2, Saints improve to 5-2. That was a 36-27 victory for the Saints, but they lose Jameis Winston for the season. So you got Henry out for the Titans. Just a very just disturbing loss for the Saints, because I mean, come on, the Saints are playing good, and Winston was playing good. He was cutting back on his turnovers all year, leading them to victories. Very disturbing loss for both the Titans and the Saints, as both teams were playing really well this year. They were having good seasons, and they lost like their top offensive players. Winston was taking care of the football this year. That's all you heard on national television, how well he was doing taking care of the football. They pull out a 9-point victory against arguably the best team in the NFC, defending Super Bowl champions. And Giants-Chiefs Monday night, we'll wrap things up in this video with that game. I watched a decent amount of that game. Chiefs pull it out 20-17. Here's the thing. The Chiefs are just not in sync yet, guys. They're not. I mean, I can see it. It's like they can't even throw a 10, 12, 15-yard over-the-middle pass to Kelsey. You think that would be at least easier for them to do? No. Kelsey definitely held in check. Again, he's had a few games this year where he's just not getting the yards and the catches. And I think that's more and it's not just his fault, obviously. That's just the offense being out of sync. I don't know if they're having bad weeks of practice or what's going on here, guys. But the Chiefs just barely pull this out. They pull out with a late field goal. They pull it out at the end, 20-17. Tyreek Hill had a nice game for the Chiefs. I mean, here's the thing, guys. They involved Tyreek Hill so much in the beginning of that game. It was almost because they had nothing else going on. Like, they were getting him involved every which way, whether it be on the ground, short passes. And I was saying to myself, why is that? And the skill position players, like Williams has done a nice job filling in a running back. Kelsey's the best tight end in the league, in the NFL. But they're having problems. Although Williams bounced back, had a nice second half for the Chiefs, this Chiefs team is just not functioning on all cylinders as of yet, guys. That's obvious. I don't know if they're waiting for now the second half. Obviously, they could, if they were to go back to the Super Bowl, remember, they would only become the fourth team in NFL history to go to 3 straight Super Bowls. Dolphins 71-73. Bills, those 4 years in a row, 90, 91, 92, 93. They lost all 4. We'll probably never see that again. At least, we could see that again, but the chances of that happening are not very high, at least in my opinion. Patriots went to 3 straight Super Bowls, 2016, 17, and 18. That's it. Those 3 teams, Chiefs could become, if they were to do it, I know you're sitting there going, no, they're not going to do it. They're not going back to Super Bowl. But if they were to go back to Super Bowl, they would be the 4th team in NFL history to do so. But now we're seeing why that's so tough. I mean, the Chiefs it's just a big struggle for them. They just can't keep a drive going, and it's just a big struggle. And I think part of it, too, might be offensive line. Mahomes doesn't seem as comfortable back there when he drops back. Giants get credit. They played very hard. They were in it right to the very end. Tough loss for the New York Giants. This is Dennis Sullivan, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan, saying, I will see you. That's right. Yes, you. Very soon, guys. Go ahead, hit the like button if you liked, or the thumbs up, make it. That would be awesome. And I will talk to you a little bit later this week. And bye for now.